The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome to TV1 News. I'm Carol Kiru Jr. In this edition, Solomon Islands joins PNG in magistral program, Khomat submits parliament budget, and URA comes through for cyclones. The National Airport Corporation advises the travelling public and stakeholders that temporary restrictions will be imposed at the Kiunga Airport from today, October 1st to the 31st, to allow for essential maintenance and upgrade works on the airside. The first stage of work will include work on the new turning node at the runway 07 end and the northwestern half of the new apron. NAC Managing Director and CEO Dominic Kaumus said anticipated works from stages 1 to 12 on the existing runway will be fully completed and made available within a period of 13 months. Kaumus said the timing of these works is subject to prevailing weather conditions. Any changes to the schedule will be communicated accordingly. Program officially opened today in Port Moresby. The purpose of this program is to promote judicial competence by assisting newly appointed magistrates to perform their duties and promote excellence in the delivery of justice in district courts. Magistrates from the Solomon Islands have joined their counterparts in Port Moresby for this program.
9 Solomon Islands magistrates have joined Papua New Guinea magistrates for the 3-day Magistrates Judicial Orientation Program. The program began today and ends Friday, October 3rd. The opening aims to highlight how magistrates apply and balance written law with custom, especially in land, family, and community justice matters. It will also emphasize on conflict of interest, resilience, security, trauma, stress, and mental health. PNG Chief Magistrate Mark Pupaka opened the conference today at the APEC House in Port Moresby. In his opening remarks, Pupaka said the participation of Solomon Islands in this program signifies the joint collaboration between the two countries, working together to address judicial issues in both countries.
Country-to-country engagement. We've had the Judicial Enhancement Program, around which our magistrates served in Solomons.
He said magistrates in both countries often serve remote islands and provinces with limited resources and heavy caseloads. Therefore, the sessions will stress on practical judgment writing, case management with scarce resources, and using technology where possible.
This 3 days program seeks to, among others, familiarize ourselves with legislation and administrative resources that are available, how that can be utilized to prepare magistrates to be better serving on the bench and conduct around the ethics of things off bench.
Solomon Islands High Commissioner to PNG William McDonald Swaki said Solomon Islands and PNG have similar law and order challenges and common law systems. Therefore, the lessons learned and experiences shared through this program will be relevant in strengthening the magistral sectors of both countries.
Societies where challenges of law and order are real and pressing. In Solomon Islands, as in Papua New Guinea, we share many similarities in our cultures, in our politics. That's a whole lot of separate conversation altogether, and in the issues that confront our communities daily.
The Commissioner urged the magistrates to be attentive, productive, and to gain the necessary knowledge needed to serve their people.
Magistrates, I want to say this. Take every opportunity this week to listen, to learn something new, and to share your experiences openly.
Meanwhile, a general cost evaluation will be completed at the end of the program. A formal review and report will be prepared for the Magistrate Service Executive Management after the completion of the program. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
ACP and Director Internal Affairs Alpha Emil held a discipline awareness program at Tokam Police Barracks on Tuesday. The session emphasized the police officers' code of conduct, which follows recent misconduct issues, including swearing, excessive drinking, loud music, and disorderly behavior in the barracks. The awareness program was attended by the barracks commander, OIC, and senior officers. Similar sessions are being planned for other police barracks in the city, including Gordon, Tasyon, Geru, and Bomana, with potential expansion outside the city. The police force has already dismissed 59 officers this year as of May for disciplinary breaches.
Okay, thank you. Make long, we look out in police discipline, so we must have law discipline inside the barracks. That is something we play walking long, halfway we play start long and married beginning you plan or something we play make it. Kaya no sa may reach out come back and community we have when we sleep kirap long it's important for us. Because policeman may blast up and talo pamana na pasat come out there, it's all about discipline. So work from me arresting, charging, planting policeman only dismiss you go. Why? Because law issue blood discipline. Na true continuous work from me find out that something discipline niya. Policeman make it because there's a breakdown the discipline sa home long niya. Police work ya, I'm local to Yumi. The government is paying for us. So you must look at the work. There's two way things, not at one block way. Government and have given by me or policeman merit as well. Maybe must give back along government. One block way where maybe can give him as police officers and long. Maybe working for maybe straight.
Madang police are ready to support and safeguard the delivery of the local level government council elections in the province. Provincial Police Commander Acting Superintendent Robert Baim issued a clear and stern warning to anyone seeking to disrupt the elections, firmly stating that the police will swiftly respond to any attempt to compromise the process or to influence votes improperly.
During an LLG elections brief today, Madang police bosses discussed resources and logistics constraints to effectively support the LLG election exercise, saying they will need the collaborative efforts from the Electoral Commission, the provincial government, and each member of the 6 districts to ensure police presence is felt throughout the polling and counting period.
We are readily available now. And now I am looking forward for a peaceful council elections province-wide. As I speak, I have received the instructions from my hierarchies at the police headquarters. There are some funds being made available for these operations, security operations.
Madang is among provinces piloting the LG President's voting exercise. PPC Robert Baim said facilitating ease of access for police personnel to certain remote locations is vital to maintain law and order. In certain areas, there are no road access and chopper or plane landing is the only option. There is an urgent need for vehicles to get to areas reachable by road. The PPC also said attitudes and values must evolve and everyone must adhere to established rules and processes during the election of the next government.
When you see Madang, you will see that IOM does not have any existence of the police station. That's why we need to organize ourselves to send some of our men up to IOM. Even though it's a gazetted police station area, even Bundi and the Tep, they are all gazetted police station, gazetted in our gazette, which require police men to go up there. Unfortunately, we don't have the facilities up there to accommodate the police officers, so it means that we will have to supply from within our own strength in town.
Voters are being asked to evaluate leaders based on merit and policies, and not for quick returns and short-term reward, popularity or relationship. Police personnel were later briefed on the discussion between the PPC, station commander and rural commander later that day to advise on deployments and operations during the LLG election come October 25th.
Security operations, you look at Madang province, the manpower strength is very, very limited, and we will be utilizing every person, including the reservists and auxiliary police, to take part in successfully running giving election.
Meanwhile, Madang election manager Ponsa Navi said polling will take 7 to 14 days and counting up to a week depending on which LGs as more ballots to count. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
It is that time of the year when government departments and agencies prepare and do budget submissions for the new year. Speaker of the National Parliament, Job Pomat, was one of the first to submit the National Parliament's 2026 budget of over 615 million kina yesterday to the Prime Minister James Marape. The Speaker emphasized the need for Parliament as the legislature to receive the same level of diligence and support as the executive and judiciary.
The 2026 National Parliament budget submission includes provisions for physical renovations to Parliament House, modernization of ICT systems for a paperless Parliament, and operational support to strengthen the capacity of members of Parliament and parliamentary staff, as well as Parliament Library and Archives. Prime Minister Marape welcomed the submission and commended the Speaker's leadership in ensuring Parliament is adequately resourced to meet both present and future needs. The Prime Minister noted that the government has already demonstrated strong commitment to the judiciary through the construction of the new National Court complex and pledged that similar support will be extended to the National Parliament. The government invested over 400 million kina over 6 years to support the construction of the state-of-the-art court complex that now houses both the Supreme and National Courts. Prime Minister Marape added that his government will go further by maintaining Parliament and constructing a new D-wing, ensuring Parliament is fit for purpose in the decades ahead, making it a modernized 21st century institution worthy of democracy. He also indicated plans to provide a separate budget line for the opposition, highlighting the importance of properly resourcing this office as they are an essential part of the check and balance mechanism for democracy. Marape noted that a vibrant parliament requires strong committees and an empowered opposition that can hold government to account. According to opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa, the office of the opposition operates under the mercy of the Speaker and clerks. He said they are given funds when there is extra. Moving forward, the Prime Minister assured the Speaker and the people of Papua New Guinea that his government will give serious consideration to the 615 million kina submission as part of the 2026 national budget process. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
You're watching TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories when we come back. Stay with us.
Girl, what you waiting for? Oh, haluma, halula, oh, yeah. I will never forget. Carry me, go back, long, say, mama, carry me. Mountain, you stop, and the soul, and me passing me. Good blow outside, tussle, why am you holding me? Mountain, all the passing, come now, passing, blow around. That necklace had a dark history attached to it.
What happened to my daughter?
The charm has the power to trap the soul. It's attached to you. You are not welcome here. You are not welcome here. You are not welcome here. You need to know what you are up against.
The curse of the necklace.
A long time ago, we heard about a curse associated with jade mining.
I feel like we're tested every minute of every day.
Get out of the way!
Oh, Jesus. No matter how bad it gets, it's never going to get bad enough for me to stop. Everybody's fight ends at some point. How much can you handle? How much can you fight? Where's your line?
Jade Fever, streaming now on Outdoor. This October, uncover stories of history, home, and heritage. Into the shadowy world of dinosaur fossil trading, where secretive collectors raise the stakes as scientists fight to protect our planet's past in bones of contention. Dig into a past long buried in our soil, plantations that shaped our society and biodiversity. Through the stories of illustrious landowners, relive the untold history of lost plantations. What does it take to protect our territorial waters?
Secure. I'm going out.
From fighting crime at sea to helping stricken seafarers.
After they push me down.
Follow our officers as they safeguard our waters inside the Police Coast Guard. This October on CNA.
Welcome back. The Embassy of the Republic of Korea in PNG will celebrate the Korean National Foundation Day tomorrow here in Port Moresby. Korean National Foundation Day falls on August 15th but is celebrated annually in October. The occasion celebrates the origin of the Korean nation and the beginning of its rich cultural and historical heritage. The event, to be held in Port Moresby, will serve as a meaningful occasion to strengthen the friendship between Korea and Papua New Guinea, built on mutual respect and cooperation. Since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1976, Korea and PNG have shared values and a commitment to development and peace. Korea has played a vital role in educating the people of PNG through scholarships, training programs, and one standout is the Caritas Technical Secondary School, run by the Korean nuns who have served for 30 years educating young girls and women of PNG. Research that cannot be communicated effectively is often undervalued. The Papua New Guinea University of Technology's acting dean for the Faculty of Postgraduate Studies, Research and Innovation, Professor Rajashekar Rao, underlined this during the opening of UOT's research seminar this morning in Leh.
For a country to progress, research needs to be prioritized. The Papua New Guinea University of Technology's Faculty of Postgraduate Studies, Research and Innovation opened its two-day seminar today at the Taraka campus in Leh, Morobe Province. The faculty's acting dean, Professor Rajashekar Rao, outlined in his opening remarks that their postgraduate programs have played a vital role in building PNG's human capital. Since its inception in 1973, PNG UOT has awarded 28 Doctor of Philosophy or PhDs, almost 451 master's degrees, and 210 postgraduate diploma and certificates. This amounts to almost 700 postgraduates in a span of 52 years.
We now have an enrollment of nearly 250 postgraduate students across more than 60 postgraduate programs, and consistently we graduate over 50 students.
Professor Rao emphasized that the cornerstone of the postgraduate faculty, which is the annual postgraduate student research seminar, is important for budding researchers as it engages them with their subject matter, encourages them to organize their content in a logical manner, and helps them identify knowledge gaps.
This seminar will also provide an opportunity to demonstrate the mastery you have gained in your field of study, and you can present it in front of your peers and also the faculty members. The feedback that you will receive here, please take it very positively. We are not here to criticize you. It is to give a constructive feedback, and it will definitely assist you in preparing and finalizing your dissertation. Research that cannot be communicated effectively is often undervalued. This emphasizes the role of effective communication, and this seminar will give you a platform to practice this skill, and this will definitely enhance your clarity of expression, and it helps you to build confidence in public speaking and also develop the ability to simplify the complex concepts.
34 postgraduate students across 13 faculties will be presenting their research at the Rose Kakado Center over 2 days. It started today and ends tomorrow, October 2nd. Secretary of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Stephen Matainao, was the guest of honor at the opening of this seminar. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
In Leh Marbe Province, a mother who once cooked meals from her kitchen has now been recognized as one of Papua New Guinea's leading entrepreneurs. Violet Bukon, founder of the eatery Catering and Cakes, has won the 2025 Westpac Outstanding Women Awards Entrepreneur category. Her business supplies boardroom lunches to major clients like Paradise Foods and the Bank of Papua New Guinea. But her biggest impact is in mentoring. More than 20 young people have trained in her kitchen, gaining cooking and customer service skills that have helped many secure jobs or launch their own small businesses. Violet says she built her business to rise but also to raise others. The University of Papua New Guinea tourism students hosted their 19th annual convention this week with the ultimate goal of promoting PNG tourism. It comes as an opportunity for students to interact with business houses and tourism stakeholders to promote the industry. Parliamentarians and senior government officials were also invited to talk to the students on the importance and key drivers of the industry in the country.
The legacy of the initial annual tourism convention is to promote tourism business in PNG. This is the 19th year. This year, tourism students and stakeholders convened at the university campus, with information sessions taking place as hundreds of attendees around Port Moresby flocked to the campus to participate. One significant thing behind the event was to promote sustainable tourism. It involves travel that minimizes negative economic, social, and environmental impacts, while maximizing positive outcomes for visitors, the industry, and the host communities, ensuring long-term benefits for the destination and its future.
We're hosting the 19th UPNG Tourism Convention. The first UPNG Tourism Convention was hosted in 2007. One of the significant features of this event is to promote sustainable tourism and development.
Exhibitors from the industry's partners, including Stanley Hotel, Century, National Cultural Commission, Tourism Promotion Authority, and others, including ITI, were showcasing their respective services and products with information sessions. Ms. Hoa, as a hosting member for her cohort, elaborated on the core reason why this event has been hosted consecutively with high regards to the industry.
Tourism is not about working at the hotels. Tourism is everyone's business. When we say tourism, we promote the attractions as well as our tour packages, and we market our country to the global market, the globe, so that people will see that this country has a lot of attractions and as well as authenticity.
The event would not be possible without the support of Kororsi Hotels, Pubilan Catering Services, National Cultural Commission, PNC Tourism Promotion Authority, Paradise Foods, and Pacific Industries, with others.
This is our fourth year in helping to sponsor this event. We've sponsored this event over the past 3-4 years and also exhibited here. Our office, the National Cultural Commission, is a government agency under the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. We play a role in tourism. How we play a role is by identifying and developing the tourism product itself.
More of such events are expected to help grow sustainable industries in Papua New Guinea. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
And now a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2388 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2313 $0.3469 Australian dollars, $0.1890 euro, and 33.87 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee and copper closed higher, gold, cocoa, palm oil, and crude oil closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. Stay tuned. TV1 News continues after the break.
Blindside and is celebrating a try.
I thought Big Red wasn't scared of anything.
What are you hiding, Maxine?
I always wanted to be famous.
You killed him.
According to the law, we all killed him. Isn't this the house that all those murders happened at? Why is there nobody working the reception after 10?
That's interesting.
Australia. From the dusty red centre to the sparkling blue sea. Join me, Rachel Griffiths, on a journey across this sunburnt country to experience Australia.
That's crazy. I mean, this is like military.
You want to fight with me?
This is gonna be a rough 5 days.
I'm Jimmy Smith, a professional mixed martial arts fighter and former math teacher from LA.
I don't need a warm-up. I'm set.
I'm Doug Anderson, an Iraq war veteran and rookie fighter from New Jersey. This is our Fight Quest.
Watch Fight Quest, only on Fight Sports.
Comes away, Fizzler finds room, and Fizzler finds the line.
And he's set it up. Sabu Reach, and Sabu Reach scores in the corner for the All Blacks.
Here come the All Blacks, looking to take it all
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Australia and Turkey are still locked in COP31 negotiations and could even agree to share hosting rights for the massive event next year as the Australian federal government intensifies efforts to resolve a diplomatic impasse over the climate summit. Turkey has been unwilling to withdraw its bid to hold the conference of the party's global climate talks, despite pressure from Pacific nations and the fact Australia enjoys overwhelming support from the bloc of largely European countries whose turn it is to host. There is no clear mechanism to break the deadlock, and Australia has become increasingly frustrated by the delay, warning the key climate meeting will likely revert to United Nations offices in the German city of Bonn if no diplomatic resolution is reached. A team of researchers have made a major breakthrough to help fast-track epilepsy diagnosis in children.
Dubbed the AI Epilepsy Detective, which basically can find tiny lesions in the brain about the size of a blueberry and help uncover the telltale signs of epilepsy. Now, this was led by the Royal Children's Hospital here in Melbourne and also the Murdoch Children's Research Institute. 71 children and 23 adults took part in the study, and the bulk of those, about 94%, are already showing promising signs. Now, researchers say that this can help neurosurgeons get involved in the picture earlier and help with early detection of epilepsy. About a dozen of those children that took part in the study have gone on to have life-changing surgery and now aren't experiencing multiple seizures every day. Researchers are hoping to roll this out at paediatric hospitals across the nation, and it means big developments for 1 in 200 Australian children who experience epilepsy.
Tens of thousands of registered nurses in Australia can begin training to prescribe medications to patients. The change was approved by the government last year in an effort to address critical shortages in the workforce, particularly in rural and remote areas. The Australian Medical Association is supportive of the plan, but wants the most addictive drugs to be excluded from the list of medicines registered nurses can prescribe. Francis Rice from the Australian College of Nursing says the change will make a major difference for people in remote communities.
There's really good distribution of registered nurses in rural and remote locations. Obviously, it could always be better, but this is a great opportunity to give access to those medicines that people need in those harder to reach settings. The important part of this process is that registered nurses are working in a partnership with another authorised prescriber, most likely a medical professional or a nurse practitioner. So as part of this process, they need to have a partnership prescribing agreement which sets out what medications and what medical conditions the registered nurse is able to prescribe for. So that's really a discussion between the prescribing partners on what's appropriate for that nurse in that setting and with their context and scope of practice for what's appropriate for them to prescribe. And that might include Schedule 8 medicines, so the more dangerous pain medications and addictive medications, but that depends on that context of practice. So in palliative care, for example, where registered nurses work all the time, it's really appropriate for them to be able to prescribe pain medication for people as part of their journey towards the end of their life.
Indonesian rescuers are scrambling to locate 91 people feared trapped under rubble after the Al-Kazini school in the town of Sidoarjo in East Java collapsed. Rescuers ran oxygen and water to students trapped in the unstable concrete rubble of the collapsed school building as they desperately worked to free survivors on Tuesday morning, more than 12 hours after the structure fell. Disaster mitigation authorities said at least 3 people were killed and 102 evacuated at the Islamic boarding school when the unstable building gave way during construction. The agency said the building's foundations allegedly could not support the weight of construction on its 4th floor. There have been assurances but no guarantees that Optus customers will never face another 000 failure. Executives of the telco and the boss of parent company Singtel have held talks with the communications minister after 3 people died when hundreds of callers couldn't connect with the emergency services system.
Another day, another Optus apology.
I'd like to apologise on the Optus 000 network outage.
This time from the boss of the telco's parent company, who flew to Australia to meet with Optus executives about the fatal 000 outage.
The incident on the 18th was a process-related incident. People made mistakes.
What is the problem here?
That's a complex question, and I apologise for making that observation, but it is a complex question.
The Singtel boss promising changes will be made.
I'm here to support the Optus board and management and to make sure that future recurrence of this will not happen.
But there's already been another outage. On Sunday, multiple people in New South Wales couldn't call 000.
We are still investigating that, and in due time, I think Stephen will be sharing more once we have the facts of the case.
Optus CEO Stephen Roux fronting the media but not talking. His boss asked multiple times whether he supports him.
We brought in Stephen 11 months ago to transform Optus. It is very early days. It takes time to transform a company. He is here to provide the solution.
But it's not just Stephen Roux's performance that's in the spotlight. Nearly 2 weeks after this incident occurred, the Communications Minister has today met with the telco's leadership team. Annika Wells asking them to appoint external advisors to help, but showing little confidence when asked if Australians can be assured such an outage won't happen again.
That's a question you should put to Optus.
We are calling for an independent inquiry and we want action from this government on the whole 000 ecosystem.
The Minister rejecting calls for further investigations but conceding there's still more she needs to learn.
I'm still a new minister to the industry, so I would say I'm listening to everybody at the moment.
More questions than answers in the midst of a rolling crisis.
On a visit to the country earlier this year, FBI Director Kash Patel gave New Zealand's police and spy bosses gifts of inoperable pistols that were illegal to possess under local gun laws and had to be destroyed. Local law enforcement agencies told the Associated Press that the plastic 3D printed replica pistols formed part of the display stands Mr. Patel presented to at least 3 senior New Zealand security officials in July. Mr. Patel, the most senior Trump administration official to visit the country so far, was in Wellington to open the FBI's first standalone office in New Zealand. Pistols are tightly restricted weapons under New Zealand law, and possessing one requires an additional permit beyond a regular gun license. It is unclear what permissions Mr. Patel had sought to bring the weapons into the country. And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay with us.
That's the way to start a World Cup. This is unbelievable. They have etched their names in history.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this One News.
Alongside government ministers, their leaders eager to engage with potential investors and grow the Māori economy.
Most crossed the ditch, moving to Australia. How worried should other supermarkets be, Kate?
If it's put forward as being a deal, it needs to be a deal.
Quality will improve, the volume will be maintained.
And that's what we wake up each day trying to do. So we'll bring you details and analysis.
One News. Time to announce your NRL Team of the Year.
The NRL Wingers of the Year. Tom Dearden, North Queensland Cowboys.
So here is the leaderboard after 18 rounds. Payne Haas from the Brisbane Broncos.
Trace Urban is Trace's flagship TV, exclusively dedicated to the best urban music and artists. Trace Urban offers a unique mix of the most popular American, European, African, and Caribbean urban music genres. Trace Urban benefits from the power and musical expertise of Trace, which has endlessly promoted African music stars since 2003 on all its channels. Welcome to Trace Urban. We are urban music.
They thought they had it all figured out.
Anything bothering you about the Night Owl case? The fact that you guys won't let it get filed away.
I didn't kill nobody!
But what started as a murder,
You talk only to me on this one.
became a mystery that could cost them everything.
I just want to solve this thing.
Even if it means paying the consequences.
Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito. LA Confidential.
Welcome back. The Bukbilong Pikinini Charity Golf Tournament is set to be hosted on Friday, October 3rd for its third consecutive year. This event continues to be a significant fundraiser for Bukbilong Pikinini, supporting their mission to provide free early childhood education and library services to children across Papua New Guinea.
A great idea it is combining golf with a course like children's education, as Bukbilong Pikinini gets the caddy ready to host yet another exciting charity golf tournament to tee off on Friday at the greens of the Royal Port Moresby Golf Course. Bukbilong Pikinini is grateful to be able to host the event for the third year, with big backing from Ella Motors, who have supported 12,000 kina to tee off the tournament. So far, more support has come in recent days. The tournament is a 4-player Ambrose game, and interested participants can sponsor and register a team, social participant, or hold sponsorship. Bukbilong Pikinini is a non-for-profit charity, and all funds raised go back to supporting BBP's early childhood education programs and mission to increase literacy rates in Papua New Guinea. More funds raised go back to reaching more communities, more children, and allow Bukbilong Pikinini to improve its programs. The organization hopes the Charity Golf Challenge on Friday will be a big plus and benefit its mission. As corporates and individuals gather at the golf course for a good cause, the event fosters a sense of community and collaboration among participants and sponsors. The event is vital as it increases public awareness about the importance of early childhood education in Papua New Guinea. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
Papua New Guinea's international cricketer Tony Ura, based in Cairns on a short stint under a placement program, helped his team to a big win in the grand final of the Tire Power Barrier Reef Big Bash under the Cairns Cricket Association. Ura, a competitive batsman, stood out to help CA Architect Cyclones win in a thrilling contest.
The summer 2025 to 2026 competition brought fans to Griffith Park, Cairns, Australia, as the Towie Scriber Thunder faced the CA Architect Cyclones in an entertaining grand final on Sunday. Tony Ura is among 10 elite cricketers from PNG playing with the Australian clubs under short-term placements in Australia. Ura signed for a short stint and has been doing well since then. In his first grand final in the Cairns tournament, Ura's batting didn't disappoint. The Alpines Hurricanes winning the toss and electing to bat on a perfect cricketing day posted a competitive total of 135 runs for 7 wickets in their 20 overs. The chase was far from easy, with Hurricanes opening bowlers striking early to remove both Cyclones openers cheaply. But then PNG's explosive T20 batsman Ura arrived at the crease and smashed 42 runs off just 27 balls, including 2 fours and 3 sixes, steering the Cyclones back into contention. With firepower in the middle order, Cyclones chased down the target, securing a victory to lift the Tire Power Barrier Reef Peaks Best Summer 2025 to 2026 title. The grand final capped off a brilliant tournament for Tony Ura, who finished as the top run scorer for both the CA Architect Cyclones and the overall competition. Founder of Cricket PNG Management, Alan Moro, said it was history for PNG cricket. No player had previously been drafted into the Tire Power Barrier Reef Big Bash. This marks another exciting chapter for PNG cricket talent making waves in Australia competitions. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN Sports.
Fiji's Samoan amateur boxer Jasmine Daunakamakama was one of 13 women barred from competing at the World Boxing Championships in the UK earlier this month after failing to meet a new genetic sex test requirement, a test not available in Fiji. The 20-year-old, who was sidelined with other women boxers from Nigeria, Dominica and the Philippines, was said to be the sole female representing Fiji on the world's biggest stage. The Fiji Amateur Boxing Association only learned of the new testing requirement in July and followed instructions to send samples to an approved UK lab. However, the results arrived the day after the competition draw, meaning Jasmine and others were ruled ineligible. World Boxing has apologized. Its president personally spoke to Jasmine after a sparring session in Liverpool. After 7 months of grit, grind and guts, the 2025 NRL Telstra Premiership comes down to the Melbourne Storm and Brisbane Broncos to decide who takes home the ultimate prize. The Storm won their way through to a 6th decider in 10 years by taking care of the Sharks at the AAMI Park, while Broncos produced a mighty comeback to end the Panthers' reign in an epic preliminary final at Suncorp Stadium.
This round underway at Amy Park.
With Brisbane Broncos captain Adam Reynolds ice cool under pressure and Paynas immense in the middle, Michael Maguire's men overcame a 14-point halftime deficit to advance to their first grand final since 2023. The Storm are back in the big dance a year after going down to the Panthers in the 2024 decider, with 15 of the 17 squad who endured that heartbreak back to seek redemption. Among a host of epic matchups, the battle of flashy fullbacks Ryan Peppenhausen and Reece Walsh will be a beauty, while New South Wales Blues teammates Stefano Utoikamanu and Payne Haas will slug it out in the middle of the park. Playmakers Jerome Hughes and Reynolds are pivotal to the outcome, while Cameron Munster and Ezra Mam provide the X factor and can break a game open in a split second. Storm's coach Greg Bellamy heads into a record-breaking 11th grand final with the same 17 that downed the Sharks in the preliminary final. Grant Anderson has been listed as 18th man, a role that was filled last week by Joey Chen. Just the one change for Michael Maguire, with skipper Pat Kerrigan's return from suspension at lock pushing Tyson Smoothy to the interchange. Susan Oriape, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby and Popondetta cloudy periods with some rain, then rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Umase, Ley, cloudy periods with few rain, then showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak and Vanimo, cloudy periods with some rain, then rain showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Cavian, Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy periods with some rain, then rain showers and thunderstorms. And Highlands region, all centers, cloudy period with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Oceans forecast, Coral Sea, Seas slight to moderate with northeast to southeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea. Seas slight to moderate with northeast to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea. Seas smooth to slight with northeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean. Seas slight to moderate with east to northeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. And coastal waters. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, to Kerama to Yule Island, to Hood Point, to Samari Island. Seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 meters. Waters of Samari Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finschhafen, and waters of Finschhafen through Whittier Strait to Siasi and Long Island to Madang, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by